Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome to my 12 Days of Christmas, Volume 4. The fourth time I've done this. I enjoy doing this every year. This is where I pick out 12 Christmas movies from my collection that are horror related and do reviews on them. This is day one, and today we're going to be talking about something I just reviewed a few days ago, and that is Rampage. Now, this is a different cut of the film, and I'm going to get into what makes it different and a little bit of information about it. Rampage is a 1987 film. This time, it was a 1992 film before, and it runs 97 minutes. And this is written and directed by William Friedkin, who was responsible for The Exorcist, To Live and Die in L.A., and The French Connection. This stars Michael Biehn as Anthony Fraser, Alex MacArthur as Charlie Reese, and Nicholas Campbell as Albert Morse. Now, this had a budget of $7.5 million overall, and in its limited release in 1992, it grossed a whopping $800,000. Now, I'm not going to get into the plot of this. Please check out my review for the Fangoria Movie Challenge for Rampage 1992. This is the 1997 cut. Now, in my opinion, and in Joe's opinion as well, because we talked a lot about this, the two cuts are very different. Now, the story behind this is simple but complicated. This was originally produced by DEG. DEG went out of business, and the movie sat on the shelf for 5 years, from 1997 until 1992, when Miramax bought out the company and decided that they wanted to release this film. I mean, it's William Friedkin. Why not? So, William Friedkin actually requested $600,000 in order to make some changes in the film. Since it had been about 5 years, his views had changed as far as the death penalty goes. That's why I think this movie is not completely different, but it's very different from the 1992 cut. Now, this movie was never released, so how do I have a copy of it? Well, Joe the Horror Man made me this copy, and the 1992 copy as well. Since neither one are available on Blu-ray or DVD, and the 1992 cut is kind of hard to find on VHS. Now, this was released in an Asian Laserdisc. The 87 cut was released in an Asian Laserdisc. And Joe was somehow able to get me a copy of it, and here we are talking about it. I don't want to give away too much about the film because I'm not going to get into a plot synopsis, but this has a very different view of the death penalty, because this is a movie about a serial killer who goes on trial. Like I said, if you want to know more, watch my Fangoria Movie Challenge on Rampage 1992. There's a completely different opening, a completely different ending, and there's some things about it that are a little bit more complex in the 87 version. First of all, I had made a mistake on my Fangoria Movie Challenge. The 1992 cut was 86 minutes, and I said it was 97. That was incorrect. And the other mistake I made, and it's not really as evident as it is in this 87 cut, is that Michael Biehn actually plays an assistant district attorney, because there's an extra scene in where it's explained a little bit more thoroughly. Wow. First of all, both cuts of the film are absolutely amazing. I do believe I prefer the 1992 cut just a little bit more. And there's a couple extra scenes in the 1992 cut which I think fill out the movie a little bit more, and the ending is just brilliant in the 1992 cut. I like it in the 87 cut as well, but you can definitely tell that William Friedkin had some interesting ideas about the death penalty and how it changed over the years. Now, What makes this a little bit more complicated than the 1992 version is the family dynamic between him and his wife and his daughter, who is deceased. I'm not going to go into it any more than that, but it does make the movie a little bit more complex than the 1992 version because they kind of gloss over that a little bit. So, in my mind, it would be neat to have both cuts with everything thrown in that wasn't in the previous cuts, because they all kind of fit and they could all kind of tell an interesting story, except for the ending, of course, which would be they would have to have an alternate ending or a completely different cut of the film. But I think it would be neat to actually see all the stuff that was in the 87 thrown into the 1992 version, just to kind of fill out the movie a little bit more. Granted, it would be probably 10, 11 minutes longer, but, you know, that's what this cut is anyway, so definitely check this out. It's a fantastic movie. If there's a way you can see the 1992 version, that's probably good enough. But if there's a way you can see the 1987 and the 1992 version, I think you'll enjoy both and agree that they are kind of two totally different movies for the most part. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.